Hey guys, and welcome back to another VFL episode. This is going to be episode 2 of season 2, and we took an amazing start last weekend in the VFL. 5 league games, we managed to win 4 and draw 1, and then of course we won the Super Cup final as well. In today's episode we're going to have only the 5 league games, and we're looking to hunt down the league leaders, who are PSG, and we actually played PSG on Friday in a massive game. Now unfortunately for us, a lot of our key players were missing that game. I'm talking about our centre-back Interpom, co-manager Hobnob, Gucci and CDM, and it had its effect on the game because those 3 are massive at the back to keep passing it around, to move the ball forward. And although the replacements did their best, and I'm not taking it out on them, they were not as good on the ball as the other players that normally play. So we lacked creativity, we lacked composure at the back of the midfield, unfortunately, and it doesn't get better when PSG managed to score with a long shot that actually deflected off one of our midfielders. Just the luck of it is, I mean, it's a great strike, don't get me wrong, but the fact that that deflected and got in was just pure bad luck for us, unfortunately. And at half-time they did deserve their lead. We had nothing on them in the entire first half, which is kind of a shame, because I felt that if we had our strongest team out we would have been able to do something better. But PSG of course are going to punish you if you're not at your best, because they are very strong. In the second half we do manage to get a few chances here and there, not troubling the keeper too much, a few shots that are easily saved by the PSG goalkeeper, and it ends in a defeat, our first defeat of the VFL League season. PSG nick points off us and they go top of the league with 4 points on us now. And of course we're looking to bounce back on Saturday with 2 games. I'm using my strongest side yet again. Everyone was available against Saint-Etienne, who are actually doing really well. They're not league title challengers, but they are decent and they've managed to pull off some shock results. In fact, the game after they played us, they managed to beat PSG, and that was massive. But we do take the lead against them with a sweaty goal. I pass it off to Royce and he managed to get it in the back of the net. I get another chance, I can't really get my foot on it, but as I've said, respect to Saint-Etienne for being so strong. We only had 2 real good opportunities and we've taken them both. Those are the 2 chances we had, 2 sweaty goals. Other than that, Saint-Etienne defended really well, and we're thankful for them that they've actually beaten PSG after they played us, because that's massive. So we pick up the win. PSG lost, that means we're only 1 point behind PSG at this stage, if memory serves me right. But anyways, pick up the win against Saint-Etienne, which is massive. No changes in the lineup whatsoever for the second game of that Saturday and the third game of that weekend. And we're actually playing VFL Stade Reims, a new side, and you always have to be careful when playing new sides, because I don't know much about them, I don't know any of the players. We want to get off to a good start here. He crosses it in, Sean finds me in the box with a pass, and I get a bit of luck with the rebound. It drops to my feet again and I open the score. Sean then gets a chance in front of goal in the first half still. We do not make it 2-0, but luckily for us, just before the end of the first half, someone pulled down Sean in the box and he gets the penalty for that. So the perfect opportunity to make it 2-0, and he does not fail from the spot. The keeper goes the right way, but we're 2-0 up against Stade Reims in the first half, and we're cruising, we're looking good at that point. We dominated the game as well, as you can see by the halftime stats. We deserve our 2-0 lead. No arguing about that, it was a penalty as well in my opinion. However, they get a penalty early on in the second half after Tell, the great, doesn't really challenge for the ball. He just runs into the striker and it's an unlucky collapse. The ref has given a penalty. It is a penalty, I'm not saying it isn't, but it's just unlucky that that happened. But thankfully for us, our keeper 7 Ultras pulls off the save, and that was probably one of the only highlights of that second half. He keeps that clean sheet and earns himself a well-deserved man of the match for that game. A 2-0 win on the board, it's always good. Now for the first game of Sunday we are playing RC Lens in the league, and once again a new side. We do not know much about them other than they're a mid-table club at the moment, so we're looking to get 3 points. We've got no excuses, especially with our strongest possible side, and early on it's quite obvious to us that we're going to get chances against this defence, because we can split them open relatively easily. Now, the best chance of the opening stages falls to Falcao. His shot gets cleared off the line, but luck is on our side when it drops to Sean. He's going through. He has a pop at goal, and it is counted as an own goal for the Lens defender. You're going to see by the replay that he slightly touched it and it went in. I don't know if it was going to go in either way, but it felt a bit harsh. I thought it should have been Sean's goal either way, but we get another chance early on. In the 18th minute, I make it 2-0 with a cheeky little backheel. You know, it's just a fancy finish. I had no chance to miss there. That was always going to be a goal, and Sean even makes it 3-0. We're still only in the first half. Fantastic volley on Hobnob's cross, who gets his assist. And still in the first half, we're still pushing. I put through Sean in a one-on-one situation. The keeper manages to save, but the rebound once again falls to one of ours. And we dominated the first half. They haven't had any shots. We got a bit lucky with some of the goals, yes, but we fully deserved to get our lead. And the only chance they got in that game was an amazing effort, sheer class by whoever that was. I can't remember his name, but that was a brilliant effort and well saved by our keeper. But we make it 5-0 in the 69th minute. A shot gets once again rebounded into the path of Sean. He's always there, right place, right time to score, and we end that game with a 5-0 win. So we're looking good, and we're going into the final game on Sunday, once again hunting for 3 points. We cannot slip up now because we're trying to chase down PSG. We're just above us, and we are playing VFL Marseille, not a new side. They were in the VFL last season. They ended bottom of the league. Now they're doing slightly better in mid-table, so we should respect them because, you know, they've got a few players that have experience with the VFL, but we get off to a fantastic start with a great volley by Tell the Great. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Tell, but is that your first shot in the VFL? Either way, it has gone in beautifully off the post. Keeper had no chance. And it gets better when one of their midfielders is not paying attention. I get the ball. I try to look for the pass. It eventually falls to Sean, who wins the penalty. And we're going to have a replay of that because it's not quite clear what happened. But the keeper clipped his legs, and that is a penalty. Straight away after we scored the first goal, we get a penalty for the second goal of the game. And once again, he does not fail from the spot, making it 2-0 under 10 minutes. Once again, cruising and looking good. Unfortunately, they're going to get a chance. It's well blocked by Interpom, one of our best defenders right now, and he managed to deflect that onto the post. And we hit the bar thanks to a fantastic corner and header by Demon. Unlucky right there. I try something fancy as well, but it stays 2-0 at halftime. And look at the domination, the possession, the shots. It's absolutely insane. I myself had 3 shots on target but couldn't score. To be honest, this was not my game against Marseille. This is probably one of the worst games I've played. And talking about worst things to ever happen, that is probably one of the weirdest goals I've ever seen. The keeper makes a mistake, he doesn't judge the ball correctly, and it goes in 3-0 from Demon. Well, a lucky goal, I'd say, and we do get a penalty. And as I've said before, it's not my day. You know what's going to happen if I take a penalty and it's not my day. I'm just gonna, I missed. No surprise there, really. I mean, that was to be expected. Like I said, I'm not having a good day. No goals against Marseille, so I'm glad that the team did manage to perform really well, even though I had a shit game. Royce gets a chance. Brilliant clearance off the line. It stays 3-0. I go through, trying to look for the pass. It doesn't quite work. It's fortunate to drop to me. But again, I'm just not going to score this game. It's not happening. I was a bit frustrated, but then again, it's all about the team performance. And if you're leading 3-0, even though, well, now 3-1, I forgot about that one. My bad. We conceded a goal. It was a good finish. Nothing our keeper could do about that. But we're going to hit them back straight away with Royce, his second goal of the league season, making it 4-1. And all in all, a relatively easy victory, although I did not play well and we conceded, which is kind of unfortunate. We did manage to get 4 wins and 1 loss against PSG on Friday, so all in all, it's not a bad weekend. And we're going to take a look at the league standings in just a second. Here you can see that PSG are still on top. Saint-Etienne did us a huge favour by beating them. We're 2 points behind them, joined second with Lyon, and Toulouse drew against Monaco, so they're dropping off 3 points behind us. And this is also interesting to show you because these are the player stats, and at the moment, at the time of well, me recording this, I'm the most valuable player of the VFL, which is kind of nice. I got the VFL Ballon d'Or last season as a forward, and now I'm currently on 9 goals and 7 assists. Sean and Connor as well are above 10 million. It's amazing to see that 3 of our players are basically the top 3 most valuable players in the VFL. I thought I'd share that with you. But other than that, it's going to be it for this episode. I hope you're looking forward to next weekend as well. If you do, then do please leave a like. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later.